addicted to victory. Let's go to MPL Season 12 and then M5 next.
Ooh.
Via his Twitter account. So this man is out for blood, out for victory.
I don't know, man. If you know NBA, this is like Kevin Durant moving to Golden State Warriors after their 73-9 season. I don't think you guys will get that.
No.
Filipino viewers will get
You know why?
We certainly don't.
Football better. Anyways,
Oh.
Alter Ego. Now, are they going to go for the Paquito and the Beatrix? But getting back to Adi's comment, it is very rare to see. I agree. A team that has found so much success, but yet stays hungry. That's Uranus.
That's a Uranus and a Martis.
Okay.
So a lot more aggression, a lot more beefy members for the side of Alter Ego. So trying to compensate, trying to deal with this pick of potential perhaps, but knowing that that is the case, there's definitely going to be some kind of adjustment coming in from Onic as well.
Okay, do they want to pick the pick-off hero here, or maybe a Dyroth to counter Uranus? Personally though, I don't think Uranus gets countered by Dyroth real hard unless you pair it with a huge physical burst damage like Paquito and oh my god, on cue.
On cue.
But I don't think Dyroth's gonna left free here. I don't think so.
Well, if Alter Ego wants to ban the Dyroth, it's going to be a bit more expensive in my opinion, because then there's so many other things they have to be worried about as well. And honestly, I'm not sure if that's the right call anyways. Because for Onic, I don't think they're going to go for a Dyroth in the EXP lane. They've done it before, that's definitely an option. But turns out for Alter Ego, they really don't want to deal with that. They want to rely on an actual unkillable Uranus. And Onic still respects this Uranus, this Estes ban.
Kajaben for Alter Ego? Well, it worked in the first game. Like that's the reason why they're winning so hard is that synergy with Sans and Keyboy. Divine Judgment into the rough waves, just a combo that never goes wrong.
The reason they can't just go for, you know, the Kanja here, well, they can go for the Kanja, but then the Kadita is just going to be flexed into the roam position, and then Sans will pick up something like even a Farsa here in this game could work. And that's why this Kadita is always in the first pick for Onic when it's up for grabs. It's so flexible.
Nah, I don't agree with you. Like, I know that Keyboy is a very, very capable Kadita. We're talking about Uranus and Martis here. You need a proper control, you need a proper CC, and there you go, Kajaben coming in from Alter Ego to make that Kadita work. And in this case, if this Kadita is moving on its own, it's not gonna work as good as the previous game because, like, it's a really, really beefy hero in Martis and Uranus. You can't just rely on that Kadita alone.
Well, with the right items, the Kadita can still one-shot these beefier heroes, but it will require a bit more time. And having a bit more follow-up to ensure that the kill does get secured is definitely a huge plus for the side of Onic. But with the Franco available right here, that's even more lockdown, even more scary of an early game, technically. But the Iron Hook isn't as reliable as Divine Judgment, so there's going to be more chances for Keyboy to land the hook, but it's not as guaranteed, so Alter Ego can definitely play around this.
I think Veteran is a solid pick for Onic here. It doesn't provide you with damage, but it does provide you with some control to make the Claw, the Kadita, the Paquito has an easier time to deal damage towards your enemy. And I don't think it's wise to go like full-on pick-off composition, like full-off damage after the initial Franco hook from Keyboy for Kaiwi here. Or maybe for Boots. We don't know if this is going to be a Paquito jungler or a Paquito EXP, but I assume it's going to be a Paquito EXP and they're just going to go standard with that Fredrin.
For Onic, Fredrin can work here for sure, but if they can still flex this Paquito into the jungle and go for someone a bit beefier, they definitely require a bit more utility here, because otherwise Uranus and Martis can definitely run through them, and they're just going to be healing on two tank heroes right here. So I think Masha works.
Oh, I like that.
But that means that it's going to be a dive fest from both these teams.
Oh, okay.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess.
They're not listening to my advice here. Just full-on damage after the initial hook. So the only setup here is just Keyboy and Sans. And I don't know if that's going to work, to be honest, but I'm still going to vote Onic.
Oh, well, I feel like they have the tools necessary to do whatever. They just have to be a bit more careful with Alter Ego and how beefy they are this time. In game number 1, there was one tanky hero and one healing, a Boxia and a Florin. Now with a Martis and a Uranus, there's double the healing, more regeneration as well. There's more chance for them to wither out that early game damage. So they need to be a bit more calculated with when they start aggressing onto Alter Ego and going for those pickoffs.
Okay, not gonna lie, I think in terms of chances of winning, this is the better chance for Alter Ego to actually win the match. As long as Keyboy doesn't pop off, which is, this is the Franco we're talking about, it's a hit or miss hero. There's gonna be your day, there's gonna be not your day, but we're just gonna go straight into game 2. Will this be a 3-game series or 2-game series for Onic versus Alter Ego?
Oh, looking at the emblems, you saw that the Franco has to pull yourself together, so still going for those the all-in in the early game. And look at Boots, going with the sprint and the quantum charge. He's going all in on the mobility. In that late game, like we were talking about earlier, this is gonna be a huge dive fest. Both teams wanted to get their hands on the back line, and if it comes down to that, Onic has a huge advantage because their marksman doesn't have to stay back in the back line. So is their mid laner. Everyone can dive in together, and the same cannot be said for Alter Ego.
Wait a minute. If Keyboy steals this, oh, okay.
What? Okay, he doesn't see that. But look at the emblems or spells here, Rashi. Just eat your greens, Alter Ego. Just a lot of greens there, knowing that Keyboy and Sans is a menace on this control hero. And look like Celiboy's trying to mirror Kyrie here.
Celiboy trying to mirror Kyrie. I mean, he can. I bet on the Martis he wants to farm and like invade a bit more, but it's just very, very difficult. On the other hand, Udil has the Bargain Hunter as well, so he's trying to get a bit of an edge over Sans in that mid lane playmaking. Keyboy though, if that landed, showing again why the Franco is just a bit more menacing compared to the Kaja.
Oh, Sans. Okay, there you go. That's a Purify. Very
Casual
useful for
Petrify.
Udil. But I think the mirror was possible. You have a Florin which is gonna heal up your team. Like, this is a Florin early game. I think it's really good for invades. I think that's the way to go, especially against a Franco. As long as you don't get hooked, you're safe. You're gonna win the lane. You're gonna win the jungle for Alter Ego. I'm very, very surprised that Rek is very, very passive, just staying in the bush, mid-bush for the first 1 minute or 2 minutes.
Oh, wait a minute though. In the mid lane, Celiboy has what it takes to take him down. Does submit. Celiboy first blood in game number 2. Now Kyrie running away. Pi, whoa! Dealing a lot of damage. Has the stacks on Kyrie, forcing him back. Sans now with the rough waves up top. Almost a solo kill down onto Nino. He has a Bennett's Rage, but that's going to be a BMI back. Pi, wow. Able to zone them away, and Celiboy picks up the purple buff. A change for Alter Ego.
There you go, Shevin, talking about the early game presence of a Martis. Getting the purple buff, and now finally getting a turtle in his pocket. That's going to be Celiboy securing the first objective, making use of the early game of this Martis.
Wow. You finally got the second turtle. Nice.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, man. To be fair, I said that if there is a chance for Alter Ego to win, this is the match. This is the draft that we're trying to see for Alter Ego to pop off.
And if Alter Ego do pop off, I guess the Miracle is back.
Oh my god, yeah. That was
a very convenient miracle. If you win, we're blessed. If you lose, we're cursed. Nice.
Hey, that's just how it is in these parts, Sheffin.
You just have to learn how the world works, Shevin. You gotta live in the real world. But right now, for Onic, they're behind, but Kyrie is keeping up in levels with Celiboy, losing out on one. But for now, I think they're still doing a good job maneuvering around the Martis, just denying a lot of kills for the Martis to snowball with.
Oh, that's a combo of Boots and Kyrie. No Tyrath, so there's no huge physical burst damage as Albert is getting absolutely pressured in the top lane. Sans and Keyboy's coming.
Oh, Albert is well with the BMI. Keyboy trying to zone them away. Good terrifying from Udil to disengage. And Onic are losing out in the early stage. Alter Ego so far have been able to enable Nino in that gold lane. 600 GP of 600 gold lead held down by AE.
It's hard composition for Onic. This is like play your micro perfectly and we win composition for Onic in this case. Like the only setups available is just Keyboy and Sans, and that's very hard to land, especially when you have 3 Purifies, 3 Arashi on the end of the opposing team.
Well, keep in mind, the longer the game goes, the more value that Iron Hook is going to have in the hands of Keyboy. So technically, even with the Purifies, if you get hooked out of position and suppressed before you can even react, there's a chance that the late game can out of nowhere just start swinging towards Onic, and you can rely on Keyboy to make sure the plays like that do happen.
Oh, there's a fight here. Wreck with the bloom. Oh, Keyboy getting decimated by Sellyboy now as he's looking for another target. Kyrie getting chunked, forced to use the Thorn Rose and the Puncture. Alter Ego, could this be the first complete 3-turtle match for Sellyboy?
Alter Ego fan celebrates as they get the turtle for Sellyboy. Now in top lane, Albert is just, every time there is a Blazing Duet, it's just gonna use that because Nino is just way too dangerous to deal in the lane because he already has his items and a lot of physical damage and he cannot deal with that. And that's one of the ways to clear the lane with, as safe as possible. But Keyboy is just getting chunked real low. Oh!
No Purify! Oh, but it's still on time.
Too
well
early.
played to Udil. And Sans with a rare mistake.
That's definitely uncharacteristic for Sans, but like you mentioned, Shevin, Onic, they're just trying to play defensive. They're leaving Kyrie kind of alone to deal with all this pressure coming in from both Sellyboy as well as Pi in the jungle right here. Fortunately, he's still able to secure his buffs earlier, and now he still has it, but he is keeping up in levels with Sellyboy, and that is a bit of good news. Now the question is how long can they hold, and when can they start their counterattack? Because even right now, like you mentioned, the Blazing Duet is only used to clear the waves just in case Alter Ego goes for an aggressive play and tries to dive in.
What happened there? Got chunked quite low. Didn't use a flicker here. Audience prediction by the Samsung Galaxy S23 Series 5G.
Uranus.
Oh my god. Sir Pi in the base.
Well, this is what you're supposed to do with Uranus, especially when there's not much threat on your way. There's not much physical threat skills coming in from Dairoth, and I think Good so far has been doing a great job, kind of mirroring, quote-unquote, mirroring the movement coming in from Pi, is just cutting the lane a real deep onto that inhibitor turret too. But Sans? Oh.
Good Petri as well. Oh, Phantom Execution baited as well. Used up. That's a kill over Keyboy! With a brilliant bloody hunt, the Heavenly Fist comes and follows through. And that's another kill over to Onic. We're now equal in kills.
Well, in that fight, Boots also was present, so he was clearing faster than Pi, who is nowhere to be seen right now. Onic pulling the trigger at the right exact moment right there.
Well, that's the drawback for Uranus cutting the lane. Sure, you can rotate freely after the take, but you don't really have a lot of movement speed boost or movement speed skills. Like the only one there is just the second skill. You can't really catch up to team fights, and in team fights you can only just harass all the members, and it's hard to stack up your damage from that first kill. So Onic Esports, they're doing a really good job on reading the movement coming in from Pi.
But Alter Ego finally, like you said, Mirko, secures all three turrets in
Turtles.
3 turtles in their game. But that was unfortunate in the top side for Alter Ego. Nino walked into the bush right into the hands of Keyboy. And this is what Onic are able to do right here. They put Sans and Keyboy in such surprising locations, and before you know it, you just get jumped on, but Sans here almost gets caught out.
Wreck using the bloom, getting him out of that play. Oh, never mind. Kyrie's onto him right now. Still able to dash away right now, but the damage comes through with a Phantom Execution as well to the back. Albert with the Blazing Duet. Kyrie, 1 HP. Still able to escape. Pi needs one more. And actually dodged it away, but Pi's still able to take him down. Nino with a good side step with Udil. And Alter Ego, 1 for 1. They've won. Roamer for jungle.
Well, I think it's still a fine trade for Onic considering how hard it is to make pickoffs for Onic Esports itself. But looks like Alter Ego, they want to force the issue.
Knockout strike gonna be used up. Bloody hunt still on the back. That's why he has the moniker Gila Sans.
What was that, man? Came out of nowhere, just completely denies Alter Ego their backline. This is what we talked about. There's just so much danger for the side of Alter Ego's backline, and Onic doesn't really have to be concerned about that. You can see with both Sans, Sans and Albert, they're just a lot more willing to make risky plays because of the composition. And Sans, of course, is taunting as usual.
I said that I don't really like the taunt, but the counter argument for that is just Onic is still winning. Like, what am I to say about that? Like, if it works, like, why not just do it very often? And you get records as well. You're gonna get some. Okay, I thought the stats is gonna on cue just Sans how many recalls he has, but no. It's gonna be Keyboy with 5 of 14, 35% or 36% so far with his hooks. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Might increase even more right here. Pi is the main target.
No flicker, bloody hunt. Breath of the ocean, rough waves, everything and the kitchen sink thrown at Pi. Uranus can't handle that.
Such an opportune moment right now. No EXP laner, no macro options for Alter Ego. As the Lord is up, look at Boots just pushing everyone back. And just like that, Onic has wrestled control away from Alter Ego. They will be playing for the Lord right here. There's 10 seconds before Pi is back on the map, and they're going to use every single second to try and get an advantage.
Well, good news for Alter Ego is they have a tank junglers which can tank the Lord hits pretty well, and also have a healer as well. So the Lord Dent is kind of it's an advantage towards Alter Ego, I would say, compared to Onic, which has a pure assassin jungler without any kind of utility, or Guardian Helmet coming in from Kyrie. So let's see if Alter Ego prevails and prove the story wrong that they're bad at objectives.
Well, so far, I think they've already proven that for neutral objectives, not so much for turrets, because Onic are still complete Suns. Oh, beautiful bait. No Purify for Pi.
Yeah, also doesn't use the rough wave as well. That's W definitely for Suns, but Keyboy is looking for blood here.
Ooh.
Close.
They're very, very close. Right now with Pi stuck on the bottom side of the map, saving barely the turret. Onic has a windows of opportunity here, but nothing too decisive. No free Lords just yet. They're trying to get a pick off while Pi is busy, but with all the Purifiers available on the side of Alter Ego, it's really stifling a lot of these pick-off potential. And I think there needs to be a big fight where Alter Ego is committing for Onic to be able to actually catch them completely off guard.
Yeah, speaking about Pi though, like, initially I thought that Paquito buff on that second skill, everything in the way, the minion in the way of the second skill is gonna get damaged. I don't think that's a huge buff initially, but right now, seeing how good the Boots use it right now, it's just, really?
Doesn't make it! Sunnyboy follows through even with the BMI. Now on the back though, the Heavenly Fist coming down, knockout strike, we're gonna Nino back. Good Bloom and the Bloody Hunt to get him out. Boots gunned down by Nino. 2 for 0.
What a costly mistake from Albert right there. Taking the snipe just a bit too audacious in the front line. And now Alter Ego, they go for those turrets we've been talking about. They will be able to secure one, and they will most likely go for the turret unless Gila himself can make something happen right here. He gets spotted though!
Nino. Beautifully read.
Why are you recalling, Suns? Suns, go back or try to get some pickoffs. Okay.
Well, we'll see why he's recalling. Kyrie is still in the midst. This is going to be a 50-50, but Kyrie, no. He has the level lead. Let's see if he gets it now. Selly Boy, beautiful sustain to get it. And secure as well in the back line. Oh, Sans versus Unil, and it's gonna be Wrecked who wins it out in the end. Getting the kill back, Alter Ego, 2 for 0, make it 3 with the Lord.
Objectives taken by Alter Ego. Lures, Turtles, all of them has been taken by Alter Ego, but the gold lead doesn't signify their dominance in objectives just yet. The kill department is still very, very close, and gold lead so far, Onic has prevailed, or maybe just keeping up quite well with the gold, with a lot of micro movements, a lot of good pathing coming in from Kyrie and crew.
Well, initially Onic was still winning before that Lord play, but Alter Ego with the Lord and these towers that are gonna fall down to the Lord in the mid lane, they're gonna get a bit more of a gold advantage going on unless San's gonna make something happen.
Rough Wave just to zone them away right now. Bloody Hunt gonna be able to lock Pi down as Kyrie gets taken very low. Phantom execution defensively. Breath of the Ocean connecting to the back. A little bit of damage from Sans with the oddity. Udil stealing away the Bloody Hunt. They're still looking to siege the space down. Alter Ego want to go for the end. In the back, there's a flank. Already set up by Boots. Selly Boy taking a lot of damage. Now, Breath of the Ocean going to be dodged away from by the Mortal Coil. Iron Hook not connecting, but Boots in the back now going to be locked down by the Terrify. Not so much a Bloody Hump, and it's Rage almost takes him out. Pi moves forward, but Onic disengage.
Well, this is the alternate universe of the previous draft in Game 1v1. The story is still the same. It's a pick-up composition versus a Florian, a healing composition. But in this time, it's using Martis. The pick-off is going to be harder, and you don't have Kaja on the opposing side of the team. It's a Franco which has a lot of misses. It's very, very risky to play Franco against this kind of composition, or it's very risky to play Franco in the first place unless you have a really good mechanic player in Keyboy. But in this case, he's not having his day.
Well, there's still a lot of advantage for Kyrie in the jungle. He's still ahead in gold, but Nino has the Wind of Nature right now, which allows him to deny any kind of physical damage. So the only real person that can really decisively shut him down is going to be Sans. So that is a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. On the other hand though, Paquito versus Uranus. Boots showing again why this matchup, in a way, really favors the Paquito when it comes to macro impact. Even though they're losing, even though they're on the back foot, he's still able to secure more turrets. And it's going to be the same story even later on, unless Alter Ego can exert enough pressure, can finish up the Lord fast enough to force Onic into weird engagements.
Or maybe bait Boots into a split push. That's the way, if you're seeing a split pusher that's been having a really, really good time, way too much of a good time, and being careless in his own lane. And with this kind of composition, you have Nino, which can burst down this kind of heroes quite easily too.
Yeah, we're getting to that late game department, something we didn't get to see in game number 1. And now the Beatrix is on the way to his last item. This might be the game changer. Nino getting his last item. He's building towards a Haas Claw, so sustain will be there. It's just how can he dodge from all of the damage and the CC from Onic.
Ooh, Sans is not spotted.
Good aggression coming in from Alter Ego, not seeing all the other members. They're just aggressing on who they can see because they know that when Onic are not on the map, they are hiding somewhere. Possibly they're trying to pressure and just sneak this Lord before there's even any contest from Onic.
Let's see, Kairu's not getting zoned right now. It's going to be Sally Boy who wins a 50-50. Sans still in that bush, holding on. He's waiting for the right time. But Sally Boy will not give it to him. Nino has evaded from that threat. And now it's Alter Ego who are coming down with a siege.
Woohoo! Only 3k gold lead, so Alter Ego. This Lord, this is very, very susceptible to game end here for Onic Esports. They have to find a way to manage these lanes properly or just clear all the lanes available. And that Lord, you don't really have a lot of wave clear here.
Well, on the other hand, there's not a lot of high ground from the side of Alter Ego as well. So they have to go for a big team fight of their own, and they don't really have an engage tool. They have a Florin in the roaming position, so Onic will be able to clear this, and Keyboy almost goes for a hook right there. Unfortunately, it does not land. But
Oh my god!
Whoa, Nino! Redder's apathy snipes Kyrie down. That's what you need right now. Look at the damage. One basic attack with Nibiru. No one's there to hit the base. Albert's trying to clear out the top side now. Pops into Blazing, do it. Ascending Boy is able to cancel it with a Mortal Coil, but he loses his life. His immortality for now. Bottom lane gonna be tucked down, shut down by Boots. Joe's back, but Nino's able to sustain Nino! Now the back flickers out, the safety guns them down and gets the healing with nature.
They're still going, they're still going!
One
There's
more
still
shot.
left.
Bloody Hunt coming down, immortality by Boots already, but look at the timing from Nino! And now Nino is taking all he needs. Albert with nature, shutting him down. The defense that we saw in Season 6, it's happening again. Sans with a knock-up, Albert with the damage, winner truncheon by Udil, but Kyrie's back for the kills. That's Albert with a defense of his life with Sans and Kyrie.
Are you feeling the deja vu? Are you feeling the deja vu? Albert once again coming in and clutch in base defense against Alter Ego. You cannot make this up.
Wow, what a defense, man, for Onic. It was down to the wire. It seems like Alter Ego were about to get it, but now with everyone down, 8 seconds until Nino is even part of the engagements, Onic are trying to go for some base turrets, and they're trying to burst down the members of Alter Ego, but I don't think he'll be able to find anything much. And Onic comes back in the situation, and now it's almost equal, but there's still no base turrets left for Onic. Alter Ego still has a huge advantage for the next Lord.
Oh, huge value for Onic Esports after that miraculous play from Albert and crew. Oh my god. See here the build here. Already full item for most of them, unless except the roamer here. And Sailboy looks like he's going for a Hunter Strike.
Well, Albert also has a Rose Gold Meteor, by the way, no Wind of Nature. So he
sold it. He used it earlier.
Exactly, so he sold it, and he's going for a bit more of an aggressive build. He has a Wind Talker as well, so trying to make sure he has enough damage to shred down the BPM members. And that is part of why he was able to just put so much more damage in that base defense earlier.
Oh my god, that's...
Hook does not land, unfortunately, but you can see that the Paquito is just way too far away to participate in the fight unless Onic can delay this.
Albert utilizing that. That's the Bloody Hunt, locking him down. Pi is out. You know, dashing forward. What? The of a knockout. He flickers out though. Nino's still able to escape, pops into nature prematurely, buys the immortality as he already used that wind, but it has given Onic now the opportunity, the opening to go for the Lord, to fully come back in the game that was not theirs.
How? How? You're not supposed to win with this composition. I guess this composition, this is just way too much to sustain to deal with. When you're having a Franco and a Katira composition like this, is just a micro skill carrying the draft. As you said, Arashi, draft doesn't matter when you have this good of a team.
Alter Ego, they just didn't respect the potential from Onic, man. They walked into a bush, and I know you're a late game Uranus with a Purify, but against Onic, and especially against a Franco, you need to be a bit more careful. And now Onic already in position to punish any kind of mistake with the Lord coming in as well. They are the ones with engaged tools available to orchestrate a dive, to orchestrate a direct attack onto the base of Alter Ego. And I don't know, man, without high ground, it's all in the hands of Nino and Udio to output that damage and clear the waves and deny the Lord before Onic can end the game.
Let's see how they defend this. 3 waves built up together, an Evolved Lord in the mid lane. Penetrate is going to be used up right now. Alter Ego still in the... Oh! Damage. Thorn Rose. T-Boy's looking for a pick. Gets Sully Boy right now. Winter Truncheon going to be used up by Pi right now, but it doesn't matter. The Thorn Rose takes him outside. Jumps into the back. The bloody hot locks Nino down. It has happened again. Alfred has turned the tides and destroyed Alter Ego again.
Turn the tides and turn the clock back for the Crown Prince, which is no longer the Crown Prince, it's the young porcupine.
6 seasons from season 6 to get it done again.
Oh,